Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Eileen. I wanted to get a little personal with you today and just kind of express to you a little bit of my journey and what I'm going on. And maybe it can help, validate where you're at in this collective journey of Twin Flames. So yesterday was the 22nd of February. To me, it's my own internal personal holiday. It's just a very angelic day. A lot of love and light is spread throughout this day. So hope you have many blessings to you as well from your angels yesterday. Yesterday was a day that my divine partner and I came together and hung out. We have been friends for 25 years plus, no, about 25 years, and he knows how I feel about him. I told him in the letter, and years ago I told him in the letter, but there was nothing that we could really do about it. He was married at the time, and I wasn't trying to tell him to leave his wife. It was just like, it was a weird time in my life, and for some reason he had to know how I felt about him. Weird. It was kind of like I was hypnotized 3 days, like I had to make the perfect letter and tell him how I felt. And so I did. And then when I hit send, I was like, holy fuck, what did I just do? It was one of those, like, oh my God. And it was very strange. 3 days of like total, had to write I was hypnotized. I mean, I had kids, young kids. It was not easy to pull that off. Take care of my kids and then write the perfect letter to your longtime friend about how you've been in love with them the whole time. But I did it. So I'm setting the scene for you guys. He knows how I feel about him. I do not know 100% how he feels about me. He has not come to the truthful, the verbal truth to me. So he has not told me how he feels about me yet, as much as I told him. There's energy exchanges as far as like hugs and him reaching out on Facebook, and then when we're around each other, our energy is so solid and tight, and I dream of him, and I would imagine he dreams of me. There is that energy exchange there, the connection I can feel in the heart is 100%, but the verbal communication, the actual, like him sitting down and telling me like the energy that he feels towards me and the connection hasn't happened yet. He is in a separation, like I said. He's been 4 months out of this, out of the house that they shared in his own apartment. It's got a stuck, stale energy now. He's having a hard time understanding where he stands in his, what he calls to me. He says my soon-to-be ex. He doesn't ever call her anything else like that to me. To other people, he explains, I don't know what's going on, but to me, he's very solid about, like, she's my soon-to-be ex. Well, when we hung out last night, I was really hoping to get a clarification about how he felt about me. Have that communication of, like, okay, so I wrote you years ago on how I feel about you. What's your reply to that? Like, where do we stand? Do you feel a connection with me like I feel with you? I'm just wondering. And before I got to that question, I asked him about how his karmic was doing. How him in that relationship. Where do you guys stand? How are you guys doing? I asked him that first. When I asked him that first, he gave me a very good description of what he's dealing with and how confused he is with her and how he really doesn't like her. Like he's trying to make this work because of the kids. Most is what I got out of this conversation. Ding dong. That is basically what he's doing. He's just making this work because he doesn't want a broken family. That affects him deeply, probably from his own childhood when his parents split up in his life. I think that really affected him more than what he wants to admit to himself. Okay, so I was able to give him a gift that I was wanting to give him for quite some time. He was able to receive that finally. The energies that we shared was just beautiful. Like we really connect. We really have major love for each other and support. I just didn't get the verbal communication like I was really hoping would come through last night, and I can understand why, because this karmic relationship isn't concluded 100% yet. It's almost there. It's like the circle's coming around and it's almost there. to connect. Almost, but not quite. So he left and he went back home, and I stayed at my place. We didn't do anything, nothing past the friendship zone. Hugged him tight, no kissing, anything like that. So as thankful as I am for this connection, as thankful as I am for last night and hanging out, having quality time with him, quality time. As thankful as I am for that, I am still just as confused of how he feels about me. Logically, bring the heart and the ego together, like what, I didn't ask because I felt deflated to ask the question after we talked about his karmic, more so because I think it was just him. He's not ready. He's not ready. He's not ready to dive into these feelings about how he feels about me. And he wants to conclude this karmic relationship first. I just didn't feel like the energy was ready for me to open it up. So I did a reading this morning. I did some Lenormands, and to ask, like, what the hell? Like, I thought last night was going to be the night that we could really figure this out, like, what's going on between us, like, do you feel this too? And, let's be there to support each other and take this to the next step. And since I didn't go there, he didn't go there either, and it's still in the same place. We're still super close, we're still super connected, but there's no verbal communication to make that 100% connect. So I did a reading. I used my Lenormand cards this morning. They seem to be very accurate with what it is that I'm going through. First card fell out was Cuckoo Clock. Cuckoo Clock is like, let's do this now. The time is now. Action needs to happen now. The alarm bells are going off. The hourglass is now kicked off. Your time is running out. This is what's happening real time right now. Communication with the birds. It really is a call of action. This is what's happening now, is what the first card is, okay? That's what we start off with. So I was like, okay, yeah. Then we get the trickster card, the fox. The fox card is not my favorite card. If y'all have listened to my readings here a couple of times, I will mention that I hate this card. It's just because you're being deceived. You're being tricked. You're being lied to in some way. Something's going on behind your back. You see how he's looking behind his back like that. So this is energy that is in trickery. It's shisty energy. It's conniving energy. That energy is at play right now. What is that energy doing? It's creating a block. This is the energy that's blocking him from coming forward to me, the Divine Feminine. Is anybody else out there that can relate? This could be a Divine Masculine or a Twin Flame collective reading. I don't know. But this is my journey that I took reading, and I really felt like I needed to share it with you guys. So the trickster energy is creating the block. What is the block? The block is communication. Expressing yourself. He's having a hard time coming over the block of expressing his feelings towards me. All right. So the energy is he doesn't know how to overcome. Another energy of the mountain. He does not know how to overcome this energy. Okay, yes. The energy of connecting. So what happened after, what was this card? Sorry, I already letter. So the card of connecting was the letter. These two were together. Okay. So he's having a hard time overcoming the letter, connecting his communication, how he verbally feels, what's going on in his heart. And that's what's going to connect this. That's what's going to bring this together. Okay, he's having a hard time with that. Understandable. Bringing this together. What is this? This is the key. This communication is the key to the heart. It's going to let the heart out of the cage. This is it. This is the communication. The key to what? Commitment. This letter, this communication that I'm really wanting, do I want to hear from his heart, from his mouth, from his mind, his soul, what I want to hear, that letter that's going to bridge the connection. is the key to this commitment, this contract, this connection that we have, okay? But there is an unaware energy. Let's go this way. There's an unaware energy going on. Jeez Louise, I cannot. It's like I'm looking in the mirror. Yeah, this is unaware. This is the feminine doesn't. I don't know this. I'm not aware of this energy that he wants to come forward, but he's blocked because of the karmic trickery energy that he's got going on. That is blocking him from expressing his truth. Okay. It is the key to this situation, to this commitment that the feminine is unaware of, that he wants to do. The block is there, the feminine is unaware of. So then I asked, or then the cards that fell out was the ship. This is a fast-moving energy as well. This energy is not going to hang around, the trickery energy, the block. It's going to be pushed forward over this. The block is the mountain, as you see here, which we had in the beginning of the reading. The ship is now flying over the mountain. It's found a way to overcome the obstacle. Okay, so that energy is coming. And what it's going to do is it's going to create a breakthrough. When he comes over this mountain, it's going to create a breakthrough, an aha moment to get out of this troubled times and to go into the knowing, the bring himself into the light, as you would say. Okay. So after the energy of breaking through, what comes through next is the rider. So that energy of breaking through is going to make him want to come forward with some kind of information. The rider is someone's coming at you, there's news coming at you, there's a reply of some kind, or some kind of energy of information is fastly moving your way. So that's what's happening after this breakthrough. You know, and after the ship comes over the obstacle that you see is the mountain. Okay. What is he moving forward to? What is he moving out of? This clarity, this whatever it is that is taking him out of this energy is, here, let's go this way. Is the mask, it's moving him into times of thinking about, oh Jesus, sorry. Okay. It's so hard to do this on the camera reversed. Okay, so it's taken him into the times of observing. He's thinking about matters of the heart. You see the rose in his hand here. He is observing. He's in a time of being alone and wanting to know what it is that he wants. What is it that he wants? Something he's observing and thinking about. He is the rider energy is taking him into this energy of looking at something. He is now free and available to love. And what is it that he is free and available to love is his divine feminine. You see, she's the one holding the other rose. He wants to give this rose to her. Let me get this one. He wants to give this rose to her, you see. You know. And now she has it. She has the rose. Okay, so this energy is going to take us forward into this position where the feminine is going to receive his rose. This is going to be a time of lots of luck. Okay? Lots of luck is going to happen from this exchange of love, this exchange of information. There's an exchange here. This rose has to do with romance and love and matters of the heart. And you see that she's looking back. She's looking back on maybe perhaps really good times, or maybe, you know, she's looking, is she looking forward? No, she seems to be looking back. Okay, and he's also doing the same thing. He's looking back as well. They're both looking back at the connection, I believe, especially with me and him in my own connection. we're looking back because we've known each other for quite some time. But there's really good, there's really good oh my gosh, there's really good energy with this connection. So perhaps with him looking back on his feminine, he is feeling the good energy, the connection that he has with her, and that's really good. Having that connection with her, okay, he is going to want to communicate this. He's going to want to communicate this love that he feels for his feminine, okay? You know, the birds in the birdhouse is all about communication, but the communication is a little wonky. He's having a hard time trying to figure out how to do it. He's walking through the maze. He's walking through the maze of thoughts. You see that she's here. I'm waiting. I'm in the middle. All you got to do is just get through the maze, and that's where he's at right now. He's at the point of where he just doesn't know how to get through this maze. He wants to communicate, but it's a very confusing way. He's confused on how to communicate. He doesn't know, he doesn't see the way to do it right now. He could have a hard time communicating in the future if this is what this means. You know, the future energies. He's just going through a maze right now. But we're in the center. We're patiently waiting. And that's what I feel like I've been doing. I've been patiently waiting. This energy is going to create the tower. It's going to create a strong foundation once he finally comes through. Whatever this confusing energy is, he will be guided. Tower energy is also strong guidance. He will be guided through whatever this energy is to get to her. Okay. So that was the reading that I got for myself. I wanted to share this with you guys to see if maybe anybody else was having this kind of experience on their journey. I feel that the connection is there. He is thinking about her. He genuinely has strong love feelings for her. He's not taking any action in this moment towards the Divine Feminine. He needs to really wrap up this trickery energy. He's starting to become aware of this energy that that is tricking him and kind of conniving him. So I did this reading because I really wanted to get the connection and the verbal communication, but I didn't get it last night, so I was really confused. I did this reading, and it's still, and it really validates where he's at. So I wanted to express this with you guys and see if your journey is anywhere near the same. I hope you guys let me know in your comments. Give me some feedback. You know, it seems like the connection is really there, but it's still in the same place. He won't move forward until he knows 100% that this is done with her. But I think he's starting to get that realization. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. It's a small little 20-minute reading. I just wanted to connect with you guys and just show you I'm on this journey too, okay? And I do readings because I want to connect on how he's feeling. Sometimes it's just not the appropriate time for me to ask, how are you feeling? How are you doing in your heart? So I have to rely on spirit to tell me. I have to rely on my heart to tell me what to do. Energies to manifest in that way. All right? So thanks, you guys. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay? Bye-bye.